It isn't every night you find yourself trapped in a coffin. Of course, it isn't every girl's dream to find themselves married to a man like Forrest Howard either. But for Darlene, these things are reality. And for everyone else here at Minor Manor, their worst nightmares are too about to become reality.
Sounds like the lady in the coffin woke up.
For heaven's sake, let her out.
I shall fetch the master's liniment for this poor creature.
Liniment?
The master used to swear by it. Brought it from the Congo. It soothes and anesthetizes like Novocaine. It's so powerful that one temporarily loses the use of the muscles where it's applied.
It's all right now, dear. You're all right.
Yes. Quiet down now, Judy.
Judy,
Darlene. I'm sorry.
you've forgotten your wife's name?
Dude, no shame in forgetfulness. I forget my own name sometimes.
All the time.
Judy was wife number 2. Now give me a break. Darlene, you nearly scared these gravediggers half to death.
I'm sorry, dear.
Look at you, you're a mess. Go put on some makeup.
Right away, dear. I'm sorry, dear.
The Major actually engaged you two gentlemen?
We're not engaged. We're just friends.
Hired. How was it that he came to hire you, of all people?
Oh, we're experienced entrepreneurs.
Is that so?
Yeah, sure. Vern and me, we used to be in the balloon business.
Balloons?
Yeah, sure. Children's parties, weddings, stuff like that. We got out of the balloon business due to regulatory issues.
Regulatory issues?
We're small businessmen. What do we know about regulations and fine print? The sheriff made us cease and desist due to our innovative business model.
What do you mean, innovative business model?
We were ahead of our time. Our balloons were cheaper and lighter than those old helium balloons.
What?
We never knew there was any regulations against selling hydrogen balloons.
Oh, the humanity!
Besides, small kids shouldn't smoke anyhow.
So now you're in the funeral business.
Yeah, sure.
You have a license?
We have experience. Well, Vern does. Learned the business from his Uncle Horace.
Your uncle's an undertaker.
Better than that, he's a taxidermist.
Oh, my heart!
What's wrong with that? Old-fashioned undertakers use embalming fluid. That's yesterday's technology.
You don't embalm the dead?
Heck no.
What do you use?
It's sawdust mostly. Sawdust and packing peanuts.
What's the big deal? Our clients are fully posable.
Oh!
Stop! In heaven's name, don't drape that poor woman on the piano. Have some sense of propriety and decor. That's a valuable Steinway. You'll ruin the patina. Please place her on the floor.
Oh, you can mount him any place you like. Like in the hall, with the clock.
May I say my condolences to you all, and I bid you a very good
Oh,
evening.
you can't leave, gentlemen.
Begging your pardon, gentlemen, but If the gravel from Dangerous Curve hasn't washed into Dead Man's Ravine, surely the Mutilation Rapids has washed over Desperation Bridge.
Well, this rain's got to stop sometime, doesn't
The
it?
warm front, having pushed up from the Gulf, has been trapped between cold air masses moving down from the northwest and another pushing down from Maine. The warm air mass is occluded, trapped, and pushed upwards. Resultant heavy rain is expected for the next 10 to 12 hours.
We gotta sleep here?
We can put you in the late Mrs. Miner's room. It's just as it was the night of her tragic, violent death. Of course, we removed the body and cleaned the bloodstains.
We don't want to be no trouble.
This way, gentlemen.
What was that?
I'll check the back door and I'll be right back.
Severe weather siren, perhaps?
Perhaps it's the alarm from the asylum, Mom.
Asylum?
Just atop the hill. The Gary Busey Home for the Flamboyantly Insane. It's the only place for miles. Except the eerie, some say cursed graveyard in the backyard, of course.
What if someone escaped?
If you could show us to our rooms.
Certainly, Mom. This way, upstairs, through the poisonous reptile hall. Be careful of the staircase. The master had these gallows steps imported from France. King Louis XVI was beheaded at the top of these stairs.
Change your plans, huh, Barry?
Relax, will ya? I've got this all under control. No fancy detective is going to stop us.
Have either of you two seen anything suspicious here this evening?
The vampire lady with a tire iron? Two in a coffin? Strange sounds and howls? Loose trapdoors?
A strange man was gargling on the roof. And I could have sworn I saw a painting move. Oh, and vampires.
Well, besides that,
What are you getting at?
I've been looking around the house.
Oh, what kind is it?
Almost midnight.
Is it KACT or Victorian?
Shut up, Vern. What are you getting at, detective?
Muddy footprints by the side door.
Wait a minute. This house has a side door,
Yes, sir.
and a front door, and a back door.
Yes.
I told you, Barry. Barry thought this was a two-door house.
It is, sir.
Now, wait a minute. You just said...
This is a 3-door house and a 2-door house, sir.
Now, wait just a time minute.
Excuse me while I go answer the front door.
Good evening. Is everyone all right here?
I beg your pardon?
I'm from the asylum.
Who is it, Butler?
I've never seen her before.
Not you, Mr. Butler. I was talking to the butler.
Apparently, Mom, a mental patient.
What?
She says she's from the asylum, Mom.
Yes, but I'm an orderly. A dangerous mental patient escaped from the Miley Cyrus wing. I tracked him to this vicinity.
Pardon me.
Welcome, Miss...
Barry Forrest. I'm from the asylum. Is there anything unusual happening here tonight?
Well, we've gathered an amnesiac, 2 funeral home workers, and several disaffected relatives for a midnight reading of the will around the coffin.
Anything unusual?
No, not really, no.
Oh, hello. heard someone at the door.
Evening, madam. I'm Miss Forrest.
Oh, good evening.
From the asylum. It's about an escaped mental patient.
Ah!
So, anything unusual?
What's going on now?
A woman is here from the asylum.
Tell her we'll fold up. Damn whoopee cushions. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
This escapee, you say he's dangerous?
Dangerous? He overpowered 2 orderlies with his bare hands and dislocated their shoulders. Even the smallest things seemed to set him off.
What are those things?
Even a simple discussion of the weather might drive the mangler to murder.
Well, that seems reasonable, actually.
Excuse me, Butler?
Now what?
No, not you. The butler.
Mom?
Are there any guns in the house? I could use a weapon to protect against the mangler.
The master has a shotgun for rats.
Rats?
They come through the trapdoors.
Well, you fetch the gun while I check the premises.
Maybe we shouldn't let the butler give a loaded gun to the asylum worker.
What are you talking about?
I was thinking, if I was the lunatic...
That wouldn't take much imagination.
Well, if I was a crazy person out in the middle of this storm, I'd want to come in here to get warm and...
So
I'd pretend to be a guard. I'd come in to this place to get dry. I'd borrow a gun and kill everybody.
So you think that the asylum guard could really be the escaped patient? Then he would be a she.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes women can be just as crazy as men.
I'll agree with you on that one. You've never had a good idea in your life, Vern, but this time you're on to something. We'll load the shotgun with blanks.
Forrest's wife. Where is Forrest's wife?
Oh, she forgot the luggage.
You sent your wife back outside?
I gotta have my toothbrush.
There's a lunatic out there.
She's a little off, but I think that's taking it to the extreme.
I don't mean her, the escapee.
No, my wife's not gonna bother anybody.
Or the lunatic might be in this house.
Don't panic, Bunny! Bunny!
Huh?
Take off your headphones and don't panic!
What?
Calm down. Everyone, calm down.
It's just Mrs. Howard, Forrest's wife.
Butler.
Yes.
Butler, get her some towels and hot tea.
Get him yourself. I believe he means me, sir. Oh, and Mr. Van Bogart, the phone line's been cut.
Yes, we know. And the bridge is out, we're miles from help, and there's one, possibly 2 murders loose in this house.
Don't panic!
All right, I need your attention. Attention, please. I need your help in finding that escaped maniac. Everyone split up and search the house.
Is that safe?
The maniac will never show himself if we're all in this one room. You do want to find him, don't you?
Where should I go?
Might I suggest, downstairs through the dissection lab, past the venomous reptile room. Be careful not to let out any of the snakes. You can inspect the room at the end of the hall.
That sounds safe enough.
Oh, but I wouldn't sit on the bed of nails if I were you.
Mara, we need to talk. Privately.
Don't mind me, I'm just finishing my drink.
Sam, what's wrong?
What's wrong? This is the part where I gather all the suspects in one room and I unmask the killer. I'm not ready.
Honey, you can do this.
You solved all of my toughest cases.
Don't start that again. You're the best at interrogating suspects. I wouldn't know one end of the rubber hose from the other. When we're married, I'll be perfectly content to clean the house, raise the children, and project rates of trajectory of space debris for NASA. Sam, you've grilled most of the suspects?
Except the maid.
You want to interview the maid, Marion?
Sure would, Forrest.
Nothing doing, lover boy. If anyone's gonna be alone with that hussy, it'll have to be me.
Or me.
If I don't solve this case and quickly, there's bound to be more murders. And with this weather, no one can leave.
We've checked this mausoleum from top to bottom. I can't find any escaped maniac.
I want you all to go to your rooms and lock yourselves until morning. Now, I don't want anyone to panic, but there are one or more deranged and desperate murderers among us. If you just stay calm, you may not die horribly tonight.
Walk this way, upstairs, through the hall of poisonous reptiles, past the dimly lit mummy cases. Be careful of the staircase. The master had these gallows steps imported from France. King Louis XVI was beheaded at the top of these stairs.
Another unexpected guest has just appeared on the steps of Minor Manor with warning of a crazed lunatic on the loose. But is Vern right in suspecting this orderly is really the escapee? And what exactly are Vern and Barry up to? The storm rages outside. Will everyone survive till morning? That, my friends, is a mystery to me.
Hi, I'm Marty Adkins, president of Knoxville Area Community Theatre. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of A Mystery to Me as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This online presentation is one way KACT is adapted to the current pandemic. The safety of our audience, volunteers, and actors is a top priority for us. Speaking of the pandemic, KACT has been affected just like so many other businesses and community organizations. No live performances have meant no income for KACT in 2020. Yet we too have ongoing expenses that have to be covered. If you've enjoyed this presentation, I hope you'll consider making an online donation to KACT at the address shown below. Thanks for joining us for this episode, and watch for our Facebook page and website for announcements about this and other projects. We hope to see you soon.